It's the single greatest roadblock for every footwear brand. You find a great factory, you send them your design, and they tell you our minimum order quantity, or MOQ, is 1,000 pairs per color per style. But you only have the budget and the audience to launch with 300 pairs. So you try to negotiate. You ask for a favor, you promise them you'll order more next time, and the factory just says no. Now, before I joined a global supply chain company, my background was in AI and data science. And when you look at manufacturing through the lens of data, you realize that haggling with a factory manager is a complete waste of time because the MOQ is actually a math problem. Today, I'm going to expose the illusion behind factory minimums, and I'll show you why the factory isn't actually the one setting the rules. And I'll give you 2 data-driven strategies, including the colorway hack, to negotiate your minimums without begging. To beat the MOQ, you have to understand why it exists. Most founders think the factory is just being greedy or that they don't want to waste time on a small brand. And that's rarely the truth. Footwear factories are assembly hubs. Their MOQ is almost entirely dedicated by their material suppliers. Let's say you want a sneaker using a custom dyed olive green material. The assembly factory doesn't care if the stitch is 300 pairs or 1,000 pairs, but the material supplier requires a minimum order of maybe 5,000 square meters just to turn their machines on. Now let's think about that. 500 square meters might get you around 1,000 pairs of shoes. If the factory accepts your order for 300 pairs, they're forced to buy enough of that material for 1,000 pairs. That means that 700 pairs worth of this perhaps expensive material is going to sit rotting in their warehouse, eating up their cash flow. You aren't fighting an assembly minimum, you're fighting a material yield minimum. Now, once you understand that MOQ is tied to materials, you can engineer your tech pack to bypass it. We do this for our clients using something called the material overlap, or the colorway hack. Let's say the factory needs you to order 1,000 pairs to meet the minimum. Instead of ordering 1,000 pairs of that exact same color material, you change the math. You can try to design 3 different SKUs, 3 different colors, but you just use the exact same base material for all of them. You use a standard white for the upper on all 3 shoes. To make them look different, you only change the accents that have massive profit margins and 0 MOQs. The laces, the screen printed logos, and the stitching thread. Shoe A has red laces and red stitching. Shoe B has blue. Shoe C has black. To the consumer, you just launch a dynamic 3-piece collection, but to the factory's accounting department, you just ordered the 1,000 pairs worth of white material. You hit their material MOQ, but you diversify your inventory risk across 3 distinct products. Now, the second way to bypass the MOQ wall is to stop acting like a hobbyist and start acting like a data analyst. When you ask a factory for a small batch of 300 pairs, their risk dashboard flashes. They assume you're going to sell those 300 pairs, run out of money, and may never come back. You need to shift the conversation from a one-time transaction to an annual projected volume, or APV. If you have historical sales data from a previous launch or even highly targeted pre-order data, you build a forecasting model. You go to the factory and you say, based on our conversion data and our 50K Q3 ad budget, our APV for this silhouette is 3,000 pairs over the next 12 months. However, to calibrate our marketing, we require an initial pilot run of 300 pairs in Q1, followed by a purchase order for 1,200 pairs in Q2. Now, when you present a factory with a structured, data-backed roadmap, they're definitely more likely to absorb the material risk on that first 300 pair order because they can mathematically see 3,000 pair payoff at the end of the year. Data is leverage. If you don't have the volume, you need to have the math. But what if you're starting from absolutely zero and you just don't have the data or the capital to play the MOQ game? That's exactly why independent brands plug into our infrastructure at Central Team Global, because we manage production for multiple brands across our factory network, and we aggregate that volume. We already buy materials at scale, and we already command the assembly lines. When you work with us, you aren't fighting the MOQ battle alone as a startup. You are leveraging the weight of our entire portfolio. We absorb the friction so you can focus on selling. If you're stuck behind an MOQ wall and need a team of supply chain architects to engineer your way out, check the link in the description. Hit subscribe for more data-driven manufacturing strategies, and I'll see you in the next one.